Well, welcome everybody. Stephen Sitkowski here. Happy to have you for my market minute. This is where we try to summarize what's going on in the market in just a handful of minutes. Hence the name. See how clever that is? It is June the 8th. Hope you are well wherever you are and whatever it is that you are doing. Quick reminder that everything that I do here is for educational purposes only, should not be considered as investment advice. So, what's moving the markets? Well, the markets are trying to recover from Friday's market swoon. Uh, that was ugly. S&P was down like 2.5%, the Nasdaq 4%. And what caused that action? Well, it was like a series of dominoes. The first domino was that we got an outstanding jobs number. And you're like, well, how is that a problem? Well, the stock market likes low interest rates. They fear that the Fed's going to be raising interest rates moving forward. The Fed has two mandates. They call it their dual mandate: full employment, stable pricing. So when they are trying to fix the employment and the economy, they lower rates. Stock markets cheer. On the other hand, when they're trying to curb inflation, then they tend to raise interest rates. Stock market doesn't like that. So now we come out with this really nice jobs number, and the market sort of interprets that as, well, the Fed doesn't have to do anything. And having more jobs is inflationary, more people working, making money, spending money. Therefore, let's focus on the inflation size, and the probability of a rate increase goes up and the market pulls back. That, coupled with all the people who have made a fortune this year on some of these high flying stocks that are up 50 to 100%, right? They get a little nervous. So it's like, hey, if the market's going down, I'm going to take profits while I can. Selling begets selling because people see the market going down. It causes more selling. Then we had the weekend to sort of contemplate all this. And now people are in there buying some of these high quality names, quote unquote, on sale. That's what's going on. Iran announced that they're going to stop military operations against Israel. Okay, I hope it lasts. Three or four times I've heard about ceasefires. None of them really seem to have stuck. Three or four times I've heard that we were going to have a deal with Iran. None of that's happened. So at this point, I'm not sure what to believe. SpaceX shares go public on Friday at $135 a share. The real question is, should you be a buyer? I'm a little concerned. SpaceX in December was valued at $600 billion. dollars. So you're telling me 6 months later they've done something to triple the value of their company? No. The only thing they've done is they're going public and they're going to have a feeding frenzy on their stock. But my belief is stock's going to move up because it's feeding frenzy, and then you're going to see a pullback. So my intent, I'm not going to do anything until I've seen the pullback. 10-year Treasury, unfortunately, is now above 4.5% at 4.552. So this is kind of part of those dominoes. We get a strong jobs number and interest rates move up. Stock market goes down. Oil prices, there's also inflation, right? So there's a whole lot of back and forth between Israel and Iran for the last few days until Iran announced, okay, we're going to stop our military operations. But oil is still way too expensive. All right, let's take a look at the charts, see what we've got, starting with the S&P 500. So as you look at this, you will notice that the S&P had been rolling over prior to the big drop. So we seem to be approaching a support level. So let's hope that that level holds, but we're still firmly above the 50-day moving average. So we're still bullish. We're just not as bullish as we were previously. And the VIX, the volatility index, also known as the fear index on the S&P, as you might imagine, spiked on Friday. It was way up, got up to about 22. Subsequently, it's pulled back. It's now down to 18.43. So that's a drop of 14%. What a difference a day makes. So there's your market minute. We're going to have lots to watch moving forward, and I'll keep you up to date. Until then, be safe, be blessed. Bye for now.